Hello everyone, hope you're having a good start to the week. As I mentioned in previous videos the last couple of weeks, the big book sale is now off and running today, tomorrow, and the next day. Wednesday is going to be half price day. Really looking forward to that. Went this morning and it was insane. It seems to get busier and busier every year. At about a half hour before opening, I was 97th in line, and I was probably about the middle of the line. For opening. So crazy. So many people, really hectic the first day, and kind of hard to get into some sections. But I found a lot of good stuff. And one thing that has made an appearance for the first time in years is a bunch of Star Trek books. A couple stacks like that. It's been a long time. It used to be many, many years ago, especially even before I started going to this sale and Amanda was going like 15 years ago. You would find under the tables huge boxes full of just old Star Trek books, especially like TOS and TNG. And the last, I guess, like 7 or 8 years though, it nothing. You're lucky if you find two. This year it made a comeback, and it was went through the way this thing works. If you haven't watched my previous videos doing this, I've done this almost every year that I've had a channel. Is the first day you go in and it's split in half between paperbacks and just other like just general stuff that's 50 cents a piece right off the bat, crazy cheap. And then another section where everything is individually priced, more expensive things, some like really new things, stuff that who knows why they put it there instead of the other section, you never know. And usually that section I just blaze through the first day and see if there's any manga. Otherwise, I just don't really get anything the first 2 days. Usually wait till half price day, when again like 50-cent paperbacks or 25 cents then, and it's a great opportunity to just get a ton of books that you're looking for, maybe gifts for other people. We have a reselling business that part of what we sell is we have basically like a mini bookstore, and it's a great way to get books for that, especially half price day. So we go every year and look through everything. The first day too, I didn't do a whole lot of looking through the music section, not that much. There's CDs and vinyl. I usually wait till the last day as well for that. So I really focused on. I immediately every year go right to the science fiction and fantasy section, because every year it gets smaller and smaller. There's less there. It used to be like 6 tables. The last few years, and this year included, it's down to 1. You'll see what I have here, all the Star Trek books and some Dragonlance and that kind of stuff, some L. Ron Hubbard. I probably grabbed 10% of the entire table. So really not a lot there. And then I focus on kids' books and things like that. And then move over, before I leave, to the DVD and Blu-ray section, because you never know what we're going to find mixed in there. And they usually are about $3 on full price day, and then half that half price day. But $3 for like entire seasons of shows or movies, and you never know what you're going to find. So start off all these Star Trek books. Not a ton of variety. Again, mostly like TOS and TNG, but it's kind of like the old days, and they're a little bit worse condition. Some of them, and then in the old days, but some are pretty good. This Star Trek Celebration of the Federation, never read that one before, so there'll be a handful of these will be for us, and a few will be a big lot for the store, something like that. But yeah, 50 cents a piece. You just don't see Star Trek books anymore. Amanda and I were recently at one of the few surviving used bookstores around here. There used to be many, and now there's only like 2 or 3 that are even kind of worth walking in that are left. And the one that's close to us that we used to both go to all the time, it has a section that the label is actually still there on the shelving that says Star Trek. There actually was a whole section. You have science fiction, fantasy, and then there's a whole section just as a label on the side, Star Trek. Because they used to have that many. I remember as a kid, I get them there all the time. In the summers, I go with my mom, and I would buy Star Trek books every year. The last time we were there, the entire section, like the label is still there, but instead of usually used to be like 4 shelves full of Star Trek books when we were kids, there were about 4 books there in total. This is interesting. This original series book, it looks like a very new one. Crisis of Consciousness. I have to check that one out because I've never seen. Yeah, 2015, so it's a newer one. That'll be interesting to see. One of the Genesis Wave books. So a bunch of Star Trek. That's more than it's been there in many years, and there were some more that were like even like worse condition. So it's a mixed bag because it is a huge library sale. There's a lot of stuff there, like this Dragonlance book, the second generation. there's a whole bunch there that is basically in new condition. It sat on a shelf, maybe it was taken out once. They don't have library stickers or anything back. Most of them are donations. They're not necessarily from like the library. There are some there that are from the local library that they're getting rid of, but a lot of it is donations. And so you look through and you'll find a lot of stuff that's pretty beat up, but then you'll find a lot of things that are brand new condition. I actually have a DVD set that is completely sealed, so you never know. These older printings from the Dragonlance Chronicles trilogies, volumes 2 and 3, so Winter Night and Spring Dawning. Well, again, one of my favorite like childhood trilogies, and you didn't see part 1, but those were good. Some Bean science fiction, Time Spike, one Stephen King, Tommyknockers, and Friedrich Pohl. I'd not heard of this author before, but it looks pretty cool, and a couple different books by that same author in the section, and then a small collection of L. Ron Hubbard. These are all from the Mission Earth series. You have number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I grabbed all of those, and that was everything from that section, except we have one other one, the Elfstones of Shannara, the larger paperback books. This is the edition that I remember reading back in the day, and all of that was probably about 10% of the entire science fiction and fantasy section. Again, there used to be like multiple tables. That was 10% of everything. So we'll see what is there. Amanda and I are going to go, she was working this morning, so I just went this morning. We're both going tomorrow. You'll see me back up here, and then we're both going to go on Half Price Day, and that's kind of where you go a little nuts trying to find whatever is left. Sometimes they have some stuff they haven't brought out yet, and it makes its way out, and people have gone through everything. But once it's down to 25 cents paperback books, and then also that's the day where you go over to the blue section where everything is individually priced, because once it's half price, it's a really good time to search through. And the kids' books, didn't find a whole lot, but I did find a little stack of Animorphs. A little collection there, and one of the Reader Beware Goosebumps. There wasn't a ton there in kids' books this year. I'm going to look through, and again, the kids' books, there is a section where they're individually priced. I just quickly ran through there looking for manga and anything that really stood out. So I think tomorrow we'll probably, both of Amanda and I will probably focus more on that section than I did today. From the Shivers series, don't see these very often, so 2 of those. That was cool. Find, and I never knew this was a thing. This is the junior novelization, the kids version of Galaxy Quest. I had a bunch of movie, kids novelizations of movies, especially Star Trek and things like that. Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. Those are always really cool if you're the right age group, that 7 to 12 or whatever, and you see these movies in theaters. And it's cool to get your own kids version of that and some pictures. I never knew there was a Galaxy Quest one. That's really cool. I love that movie. One Christopher Pike, The Visitor. Don't see many of those anymore, but those are good for people who, if you like a lot of R.L. Stine, the Fear Street, the Christopher Pike stuff is very similar to that. One big paperback book, Tale of Genji. This is the Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition, so one huge paperback book. And then a couple hardcovers that are worth grabbing. The hardcovers are a little more, not expensive, but compared to 50 cents, they're $2 a piece. So a little more picky on the first 2 days and really go through on that last day. We found 2 Star Treks, Sarek, and Shadows on the Sun. And then one fantasy fiction. I love this cover. It reminds me of like an old D&D campaign cover or like an NES game. Guardians of the Flame, The Warriors. It really stood out to me, and I was looking through that. So that was it for books. So pretty good for the first day out, especially compared to the last few years. I had a really exciting time, and it was definitely worth going through. And again, they went through the DVDs and the Blu-rays, and those are another section where only $3 a piece, so if you find anything for yourself, that's great. And as far as stuff for the store, it's more of, you really get, very particular the first couple days. Then the last day, it's $1.50 a piece. Search what's left, because it seems like with a huge number of people, there's been 2,000 people through there within the first 2 days, but you'd be surprised what's left on that last day that people have just either passed up or missed or forgotten, because there's about 250,000 books there, and all the vinyl and the CDs and the DVDs, and there's a lot there to look through, and you'd be surprised what people miss and what we grabbed on that last day. For today, I found this is just a beautiful cover. Carole Lombard, the Glamour Collection, 6 Carole Lombard movies. And I've seen this set advertised before. I've never really looked into it, but I remember this cover art, and it really stood out to me. This beautiful slipcover, and then you pull it off. Let's see, her face underneath, and just absolutely beautiful. And she's an amazing actress. I think she stands out more in her comedies. To me, she's good in drama, good in pretty much anything, but I just really love her comedic talent. I think she really stands out. Stuff like My Man Godfrey. So that's a cool set. And 2 Studio Ghibli you don't find very often, so for like $3, Wind Rises and Whisper of the Heart. So 2 really good movies. I really enjoy Whisper of the Heart and The Cat Returns. I really like both of those. So that's cool. Doctor Who, the complete 8th series, BBC. My brother's a big Doctor Who fan. I'm not really. I'm pretty sure that's, 2 Doctors ago? Like, the last Doctor was like the first female Doctor, and I think this guy was right before her. And, if you know, let me know. I don't really watch Doctor Who. But this is really cool. This is funny because this is actually what I'm watching right now. I'm watching the 4th season of Babylon 5, and today for like $3 I stumbled upon the original box set of Babylon 5 Season 4. So it's just really funny that, when I saw that, because that's what I'm physically watching. I was just watching episodes of that last night. And a sealed copy of the complete 1st season of La Femme Nikita, the TV series. I've never seen the show. I saw the movie. But yeah, this is really cool. It has just a slit on the side a little bit. So we'll see. Probably really cool. And then the last 2 things are the 2 real oddballs. And you really have no idea what you're going to find looking through there. I found from the Nikatsu Erotic Films Collection from Impulse Pictures, Flower and Snake on Blu-ray. That is an unusual find. And for like $3, it's really cool, and it has this really thick Synapse Films 2020 product log in 2020. So this is a 2020 release. I can't really show you too close on the disc. Actually, just use my finger there, cover up the nudity. But yes, very fascinating to find. And this, I don't know, just occasionally things that are just like, how did that get there? And as soon as I saw this, I grabbed this because I have a PAL, DVD player, and I'm trying to find. It's just hard to import a lot. Some German language versions of shows that I grew up with, because again, I really want to reconnect with my childhood roots in Germany and relearn a lot of the language I've forgotten, having not really spoken it in 2 decades. And that's a great way to do that, and also shows that I remember from seeing in the summers and things in there in Germany. So when I grabbed this immediately, it is the complete 1st season of The Simpsons, the German edition. Why this was at this book sale, who the heck knows? It is so random. They had 1 or 2 other seasons of The Simpsons, like the regular US versions. They were a little too beat up, so I didn't grab those. But yeah, this is the German set of the 1st season of The Simpsons, and it's a great season, that inaugural season of The Simpsons, and it's the same artwork and everything as the US edition. I have this exact version, the American version of this. Same box set and everything, but yeah, it is the German version. Has both German and English audio options in here, and it's cool because I do remember seeing random episodes of The Simpsons, like earlier seasons in Germany. It wasn't on like that frequently from what I saw, but I remember watching some episodes, and so it's really, really cool. The Simpsons, that's really fantastic. It's very surprising to me to find. So that's one to definitely check out. Anyway, so that is day 1, and that is a lot of great stuff for day 1. Look forward to 2 more days. Just a really fun, exciting week. It's hectic. There's so many people in there. It's just crazy. You're carrying around this huge, I had 2 cardboard boxes full of all these books I was carrying around by hand the whole time through the whole thing. So it's nuts. And it just gets crazier every day. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow because Amanda can go, and it's a lot easier looking through stuff if you have 2 people. And then on top of that, the half price day, that's really cool. If there's a lot of good stuff left, some years there is, some years there isn't, but that could be great. So look forward to Wednesday.